see if we have sound that we can use to hear things. And we have sound. Excellent. And Dementia Radio and recording in 3, 2, 1.
Recorded live on DementiaRadio.org, it's the Funny Music Podcast. Brought to you by FuMP.com, where you can download new free comedy songs twice a week. Now, here's your hosts, Devo Spice and the great Luke Ski.
Hey, Devo Spice!
Hey, Luke Ski!
Have a pre-recorded somebody.
We do have a pre-recorded somebody. But first, welcome to episode 600 of the Funny Music Podcast for Thursday, December 16th, 2021. Questionable Nonstop Voyage. It's the title of this week's episode. And we have a special greeting. Oops, that's not it. This is it.
FuMPCast 600! Okay!
Thank you, Chris. Yes, so we have a pre-recorded interview with Howie Newman coming up later in the show. I never did hear from Jeff Whitmire. I emailed him a couple times throughout the week, so I'm not sure what he's doing. So, let's do the catch-up thing anyway.
Let's get caught up with what Devo and Luke have been up to since last week. Or else Devo, if Luke bailed and didn't show up.
Hey, what?
Oh, he's right.
And I want to apologize to our live listeners for starting late. I had one of those high school concert thingies that I had to attend that, my kids were in. So I had to go, and now I'm back. So Luke, what you been up to?
Have you ever heard on one of Patton Oswalt's stand-up albums or specials? He got invited to the premiere of the movie Solo, the Han Solo movie, and he got invited to it, and they were going to have they set up like a full life-size Millennium Falcon out in front of like Chinese theater or like whatever it was, all that stuff, and he couldn't go because he had to go to his daughter's like art show.
Yep.
That day.
Yep. Sounds about right.
and like ironically, she made like some kind of arts and crafts robot that just looked like really weird and hideous.
Hey Luke, are you using the right microphone? You are excessively soft.
Oh, I'm using the microphone that's attached to my camera because the other one was acting weird.
Okay.
I'll just get closer.
No, it's fine. I can turn you up on this end. I just didn't know if it was a simple fix on your end. So I'll just turn you up. It's fine.
Yeah, the microphone was doing the stupid thing it used to do all the time, so I decided to not use it this time around. Anyway, what have I been up to? I had a little, it was, I guess not officially a Christmas party, but it was sort of we all forgot to make a plan to get together and hang out. So a bunch of people came over there tonight and we hung out and had fun. So it was like Kyle and Lindsay and Tony and Erica and Garrett and a bunch of other people. And it was a lot of fun. Let's see what else happened. I got something really important done that I've been talking about for months. Because it's kind of been a very long process of me redoing my resume, which I did a few weeks ago. Me making a 2-minute demo reel of clips of my animatic work from both Magiswords and from other freelance stuff and from the stuff I've made just for fun. For the backing music for it, I ended up using Driving for Lyft, just because it was. I'm annoyed by the fact that, if you try to use like a pop song, you'll get flagged on YouTube, and then like if you try to post it on Facebook or Instagram or TikTok or whatever, they'll mute the music or take it off because you don't own the copyright to that. Yeah. It's like I once filmed a video of myself like singing along to one of the Weird Al polka medleys while I was driving around, and they still took it down then. It's like it's not even like a direct feed to the music, so it wasn't like it was a good clean take of the song anyway, but whatever. So I just decided to go with backing music I had that I felt, fit the bill. So anyway, took a long time to make that, and I'm really happy with the way it came out. Kyle was advising me along the whole way. And then Kyle also advised me on changing my website to make it, instead of basically just one page full of information, to divide it up into a few different pages that made a lot more sense and was a little easier to navigate, a little more elegant, a little more professional. So I spent some time on Squarespace figuring how to do all those things. And I got it done. So once I got that done, I started promoting myself with the demo reel on social media and pointing people to my website. And the time, I'm always applying for jobs when they come along, but the timing was interesting because today, like, 2 different things came along that are both really interesting that I applied for right away. One is a storyboard artist position at Cartoon Network Studios for some kind of new animated sci-fi based like comedy cartoon show. So I have no idea what it is, but I immediately applied for it and made it super obvious, like, yes, I have worked for you guys before. And the other one was at Walt Disney Theatrical Animation. They're doing some kind of hand-drawn 2D animation trainee program with people like Eric Goldberg, who's, he animated the Genie and tons of other amazing stuff. Mark Henn and a couple other of, like, the classic, Renaissance era Disney hand-drawn animators. So I'm not sure if this means that they're going to actually try to bring hand-drawn animated features back or something, or maybe, like, the new Tiana series is going to be hand-drawn. I'm not sure what's up with all that, but I'm like, it's like, oh, so I can finally learn the specific craft set skill I wanted to learn back in college. Yeah, and it's like, I could walk to it from here. It's like just over there, like a couple blocks. So yeah, so who knows? But I'm very happy that I got this thing done. As I said to Kyle, it's like, it feels so weird actually finishing a project. It's just, I'm not used to getting things done. And Kyle responded by saying, like, looks around at all the other things Luke has done in his life and goes like, yeah, okay, whatever. I guess it's just having the day job and having it suck up so much of my time in my life. It's just been a while since I really felt a sense of I finished something and it was important. So yeah. Speaking of things getting finished, I finally got my car back. Yay!
Yay! You can drive again.
Yeah, in fact, as soon as I get done with the show, I'm going to drive out to a theater and meet up with Tony Goldmark and other friends to see Spider-Man No Way Home. So that's good. And then my boss already has me scheduled for the next 6 days, which leads up to when I go home to Wisconsin to see my family. So now that I have a car, I can actually do some Christmas shopping and stuff. And also, I got a message from AAA, the insurance of the people who, of the guy who hit my car. I got an email from them today that finally seems to indicate that, like, yes, they are going to pay, via Allstate, my insurance company, they are going to pay for the car repair, and they want to see my paycheck stubs, so that they can, pay me for my lost wages, because there was, I won't go into detail. I'm sure you read my Facebook private post about it, but it was like, for a minute there, it seemed like they weren't going to, for a reason that just made me so angry.
Yeah.
So I'm happy that it's like, oh yeah, well, I'll call the mechanic and I'll have them call AAA and say, and then finally seems like I'm getting what I'm supposed to be getting. It's sad that we live in a world where, like, having the fair thing that should happen feels like, ha, I won a victory in this battle. It's like,
right?
It shouldn't be that. It should just be, this happened, I wasn't at fault, this is the way it's going to get solved, and there's no arguing about it. And, but whatever. I'm just gonna, take my win, get back to work, and cross my fingers and hope that my new demo reel and website and stuff and the places I've applied to, I'm just going to hope that all turns into me getting a job of some sort in the coming year, because, dang it, I am very tired of not working in the animation industry. It's like, why am I living out here if I'm not working in the animation industry? Ugh. Anyway, so besides your kids' concerts. What else have you been doing the past week?
Everything. It's one of those times where deadlines are converging. WorldCon is this weekend, so I've been busy getting ready for WorldCon. This is the 600th episode of the FuMPCast, so I had to put together like the highlights reel. And for a while, I didn't think I was going to be able to get that done in time. I did. I got it. It doesn't do everything I wanted it to do, but it's done. And of course there's work, and then, Christmas is next week, and I still have things to buy because, kids and Christmas. And it's like, I still have to pack for WorldCon, and I'm supposed to leave at like 8:00 tomorrow morning. So like all my music equipment, I rehearsed last night, and all my equipment is still set up back here from the rehearsal. So I have to repack all of that, pack up my merchandise, run upstairs, pack up my clothes and everything, and so yeah. I'm slightly frazzled is what I'm getting at. And one thing I want to mention, first of all, thank you to Tom Reed in Twitch for resubscribing, and apparently Wildcard resubscribed for another month last week, and I missed it. And Vampire Anarchy is another one of our subscribers. We have 6 subscribers on Twitch, and the reason I'm mentioning this is we got paid from Twitch the other day. Like, and this was like, I heard of people, getting money from Twitch and people subscribing, and I kept seeing these people in the Twitch channel subscribe. And apparently if you're an Amazon Prime user, you can subscribe for free, and then the people you subscribe to get money somehow. I don't know. But like, this has been going on for a while, and it's like, are we supposed to be getting money from this? I think people are subscribing, and we're not getting any money. Where's the money going? So I actually looked into it last week, and it turns out Twitch's payout threshold is $100. So until your account reaches $100, you don't get anything. So ours finally did. So we got money the other day. So that was unexpected and a good thing. So thank you to everyone who subscribes. It is eventually going to us.
So is this like you go to Disneyland and you get like magic Mickey bucks and stuff? It's like, we can only use this money to like, turn it in for like, like Chuck E. Cheese prizes, right?
No, this is cash that we got.
Actual money.
It's actual money that we got. If you read the FuMP Core mailing list, you'd see, because I asked the guys, what do we do with this money? And I'm waiting for your input before I make a decision. So go back and read that thread.
Actually, I did. I was
okay.
just making a joke now about how, being a content creator, never makes you any actual money. But now apparently it has.
It has. So I'm going to be pushing the subscriptions now. Now that I know that money actually does flow to us at some point, it may only be $100 every year and a half, but it will happen. So I'm going to be pushing the subscriptions.
And I'm basically fine with whatever we do with it. A lot of people seem to have the same response to your things, and I'm like, yeah, I'm cool with that.
Okay. So yeah. I'll go with option 1 then, because I think that'll help us out the most directly. Mm-hmm. Okay. So no word from Jeff Whitmire, but we're going to play his song first. And we'll play his song first. So here is I believe this is from his upcoming album Stabby Road, which was fully funded on Kickstarter. Here is his song about the classic movie The Thing. It's called That Thing by Jeff Whitmire.
Doing that thing you do, breaking my parts into a million pieces, till I'm only goo. And you don't mean to be cruel, you only wanted to and made us all its prey. And we gotten pretty keen to leave, 'cause we think the charred debris we see there might be the work of R.E.T. Well, I try not to up and hurl when that torso starts to chew. So which of you has got that thing in you? I just had a thought, guys. Every part's a separate sport. Post the blood with something hot, guys, and we'll hope no one starts to transform. Wow! Now we take a shot of J&B as heroically we freeze to stop an outbreak to save humanity. Well, it comes in slow till the me I know is replaced by something new. And if I know you, you're doing that thing, and I am you, so it's a sure thing, and we can't wait to put that thing in you.
So is this another movie you haven't seen?
I have not seen The Thing. I'm like generally familiar with the concept of what the movie's about, so
Okay.
I'm completely lost.
This isn't a Pumpkinhead situation where you've never
Yeah.
heard of it.
Yeah, I know it's a very like, what's the word? Revered,
Yeah, it's a classic. It's a great one. All right, let's do some news.
Tired of those same old Christmas songs you hear every 15 minutes on the radio? Well, if you're looking for something completely different, then why not enjoy the more wackier side of Christmas music? It's our annual Wackiness on the Rise Christmas Cheer, where for 3 weeks, it's 3 days of some of the funniest Christmas songs and parodies that'll bring joy to your holiday season, especially during times like now. 3 Yuletide shows, 3 hours of Yuletide hilarity. The holiday laughter begins Friday, December 10th to Christmas Eve on madmusic.com, which by some Christmas miracle will hopefully be fixed, and archive.org. 'Tis the season to be wacky.
Time for funny music news. Something.
In the news, Pony Death Ride have reissued their album The First Leon, and it is now available on vinyl. This is the Christmas album they put out a couple of years ago. It's available on vinyl over at ponydeathride.com, and oddly, I don't think Needle Juice was involved. So there is a new video out by George Harrison for his song My Sweet Lord, which features brief appearances by Weird Al Yankovic, Garfunkel and Oates, and a bunch of other cameos, including Patton Oswalt and Mark Hamill. You can find that video on YouTube. It's actually really cool. And Bonnie Gordon's Kickstarter is now complete, fully funded. She had a $7,500 goal. Final tally was $24,021. She didn't reach her Jessica Rabbit stretch goal. So
Yes, she did.
yeah, I said she made it.
Oh, okay. I misunderstood.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, she did make it. So there will be a Jessica Rabbit video.
Hooray!
And Jeff Whitmire also reached his goal of $5,000. He ended up with $5,196. So congratulations, Jeff. So his album Stabby Road will be coming. You got anything before tour dates?
Nope.
All right, pretty much the same as last week. On Sundays in Nashville, Tennessee, Steve Goodie. On Tuesdays, online, Phil Johnson and Roadside Attraction. On Thursdays, online, Steve Goodie and Brad Tassel. The 15th through the 19th in Washington, D.C., Devo Spice, Carla Ulbrich, Tom Smith, Kenny Young and the Eggplants, and the Gothsicles. Actually, the Gothsicles have already performed. Their concert was yesterday. Carla's concert is now going to be virtual. She's not going to be appearing in person because she either her or Joe were exposed to COVID. So they are staying virtual and quarantining. Tom Smith is going to be virtual as well. Kenny Young and the Eggplants will be there in person, as will I. On the 19th, online, the Consortium of Genius, and on the 19th in San Jose, California, Phil Johnson and Roadside Attraction. And birthdays coming up on the 21st, Eric Coleman and Craig Marks of Power Salad. Happy birthday, guys.
Woo!
All right, second song this week is by newcomer Howie Newman. Here's a song I can relate to a little too well. Here is Where Is Everybody?
So this song is about a situation that musicians get into from time to time. Not too often, but you have a show you're doing, you rehearse, you practice, you drive out there, you get there, you warm up, walk out on the stage, and let me put this as delicately as I can. The size of the audience is somewhat less than what you had anticipated. And it's nobody's fault, really. I mean, these things, they just happen. As that eminent philosopher, the late, great Yogi Berra once said, if people aren't going to show up, you just can't stop them. So, but, I found the people who run concerts in coffee houses like this, they're just the nicest people in the world. And a lot of them feel like they have to rationalize things and come up with some sort of an explanation as to why things didn't happen exactly the way people had hoped. So this song is a compilation of all those explanations that I've received over the years. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Everyone's on vacation, that's why nobody's here. They're scattered round the country, drinking wine and beer. It is not your fault, it's just the wrong time of year. Everyone's on vacation, that's why nobody's here. We didn't do the mailing, that's why nobody's here. I think we were on vacation, drinking wine and beer. We asked someone to do it, but we did not make it clear. We didn't do the mailing, that's why nobody's here. We worked and planned, and oh, what's the use? All we've got, this lame excuse, but there has to be a reason, an explanation for, so let's analyze the situation just a little more. The weather is too nice, that's why the turnout is low. People like to be outdoors, that's something we all know. A starlit night in the mountains is where they'd rather go. The weather is too nice, that's why the turnout is low. The weather's really bad, that's why the turnout is low. It's rainy and it's cold, nobody wants to see a show. Back home it's warm and cozy, why partake of the unknown? The weather is really bad, that's why the turnout is low. We worked and planned, and oh, what's the use? All we've got, this lame excuse, but there has to be a reason, an explanation for, so let's analyze the situation just a little more. Holidays are approaching, that's why something's amiss. Folks have to shop and clean and cook, they don't have time for this. If a week had 3 more days, they might just put it on their list. Holidays are approaching, that's why something's amiss. And now for the ultimate coffeehouse killer of all time. It's bingo night at the Elks Club, and we just forgot there's untold riches to be had. That's why this night is shot. You just can't compete with $1,000 pot. It's bingo night at the Elks Club, and we just forgot. Everyone's on vacation, that's why nobody's here. We didn't do the mailing and the weather is warm and clear. It's bingo night at the Elks Club. Holidays are near, the weather is really bad, that's why nobody's here. Everyone's on vacation, that's why nobody's here.
I'm here with Howie Newman. Welcome to the show, Howie.
Oh, glad to be here.
So since this is your first time on the FuMPCast, why don't you give us the rundown, who you are, where you're from, what you do, all that good stuff.
I live in the greater Boston area, a little north of Boston. I'm a full-time musician. I do most of my concerts with a fiddler and mandolin player. And we actually don't do any folk music, though. We do my songs and a few classic rock songs. And I've been writing songs for a long time. I put out a few CDs. And I kind of gravitated toward doing the humorous material early on. And so most of the songs that I write are sort of humorous or satirical or whatever. But I'm enjoying doing the music. I like to keep things lively, a lot of audience participation, a lot of engagement. I do tell stories and try to have a little bit of humor in the show. So it's try to make it have fun for everybody.
So there's a lot of fiddle and mandolin in the classic rock
Yeah, there
songs
is,
you
yeah,
play?
mostly fiddle, yeah. And I've teamed up with a great fiddle player. I mean, the guy is outrageous, really. We do a lot of solos and things, and he's kind of wacky himself, so he kind of he lends himself well to the proceedings.
That's great. By any chance, did you get down to New York for the New York Comedy Music Fest when they were having that?
I did not. Actually,
Oh, okay.
I haven't done too much traveling, I'll tell you, in the last couple of years. So
Just wondering if our paths might have crossed at any of the shows, but I guess not.
probably not, but you never know.
So tell us about Where Is Everybody?
Well, it's actually it's based on truth. I don't think any of it's really much of an exaggeration.
Yeah, I got
That's
that. I've been there.
Yeah, actually, that's the only live track on the album. But I felt that that song needed a little bit of intro to it to just explain to people what it was, and to do it in front of an audience was also a plus for that. But basically, you do a lot of these shows, and most of the time they're well attended and people have a good time. But every once in a while, you'll play for a really small crowd, and it's a little uncomfortable for everybody. I always try to do my best, regardless whether there's 5 people there or 100 or 300 or whatever. But a lot of times the people who host the concert, or the organizers, they want to make up some kind of an excuse or an explanation as to why things didn't happen.
Yeah.
The way everybody had hoped, and why we didn't have a big crowd. And I'm not sure whether they're how sincere they are, or whether they just feel bad about it or whatever. But I just thought it'd be kind of funny to kind of poke fun at that kind of situation.
Yeah, one of the best pieces of advice I ever got as a performer was, it doesn't matter whether there's 5 people in the crowd or 500 people in the crowd, you play like you're performing at sold out Giant Stadium,
Right. Oh yeah, obviously. And
give them the best
easier
performance you possibly can.
It's a lot easier when I'm doing it with my partner, because we can kind of feed off each other and have fun with that. But I never have said, well, there's only a few people here, I'm just going to mail it in. I figure, those are people who made an effort to come and see me play.
Yeah, exactly.
And so they deserve the best that I can give them. Although there's obviously a lot more energy when there's a large crowd there.
Sure.
But I do try to do my best regardless.
And I love that in the song you use one excuse as the weather is too nice, and then the next excuse is the weather's really bad.
Right. Well, it goes both ways. Sometimes you play we've had some indoor shows, when there's good weather, where people just don't really want to spend time indoors. And then, of course, when it's bad or it's snowing or whatever, people sometimes don't want to come. But,
Yeah, because I ran into this when I was planning FuMPFest, which our little music convention, and it's like we kind of settled on doing it in August, and the feedback I got was, well, August isn't a good time because everybody's on vacation. And like, well, June isn't a good time because people are getting married, and July isn't a good time for this other reason, and September isn't a good time because kids are going back to school, and May isn't a good time because kids are just getting out of school. It's like,
yeah,
there's never a good time. There's no good times. It's pick one.
It's funny when you mention August though, because I think that song was inspired by a gig that I did in August. Where we had a very small. It was actually I was doing it solo, and there was a really small crowd there, and that's the way I kind of generate songs. It's like I get a couple of lines and an idea in my head, and it's like everyone's on vacation. That's why nobody's here. So that kind of inspired that song. But it happens,
Yeah.
and you deal with it. And we've been very fortunate over the and my solo shows as well. Past few years that we've gotten really good turnout, even in the pandemic. I think.
I was just going to ask, how did your shows weather the pandemic?
Well, I did a lot of Zoom shows last year.
Mhm.
Which some of them were really good and some of them were less good, and I like I said, I put put a lot of effort into it. I actually figured out a way to hook up my guitar and my vocal mic to the laptop. I used a special adapter that I bought, and I actually set up my PA system, small PA system in the living room, and ran through this adapter, and I was able to really get some good sound. And we had some really fun times. Because when you're getting that kind of engagement, and that's what my show really thrives on is engaging with the audience, and we had some good crowds and people were going back and forth, and we actually did sing-alongs in Zoom, which can be a little hairy, but we had fun with it nonetheless. So did a lot of Zoom shows, and then when the weather got better. We did a lot of outdoor. I did a lot of outdoor shows solo and with my duo, and we had been doing outdoor shows for the previous 6 years anyway. So we were well. We do the outdoor summer concerts. I think every area has them. You get a big field or a park or something like that, and people show up with blankets and chairs and things like that. So we've been doing that for a long time anyway. So we were well prepared, and we did a lot of shows this past summer, and really well attended, and people very enthusiastic there. I think they were really excited to be hearing live music again.
Yeah, this past summer was great because people were like, all right, I'm ready to get back. I'm ready to do this again. And now it's probably going to be locked down again. But, we
were ready to do it again.
Yeah, we were ready.
We were looking forward to it, yeah.
We did manage to squeeze in FuMPFest before things went to shit again, so...
Yeah, right now it's a little uncertain. We're actually doing a show on Sunday at a library, south of Boston, and hopefully, my feeling is, if you get vaccinated and you're not on top of people for an extended period of time, you're probably in pretty good shape. But
yeah, that's what I'm hoping as well.
Right.
Because I'm performing down in Washington D.C. at WorldCon this weekend, so
we'll
see how that they're actually making everybody keep their masks on at all times indoors, including when you're on stage performing. So that's going to be interesting.
Wow.
Yeah,
I play the harmonica and the guitar at the same time. That's a little difficult, but
might be. I wonder if anybody plays the harmonica if they're going to have to keep their mask on. That they can play through the mask.
It's impossible to do that, because I'll leave it at that.
Cool. So what do you have any other upcoming projects you're working on or anything?
Well, I'm actually trying to put together a new CD. I've got a few new songs, and I'm going to re-record a couple of the old ones, and so I'm hoping for 2022 things will calm down, pandemic-wise, and I'll get into the studio again and put together a new album. And I've got a couple of new baseball songs. I write baseball songs too.
Oh, cool.
And I've got a couple of baseball CDs out. So I've got a couple of baseball songs that one of which I've written, one I'm working on right now. I wrote a song about Tony Cloninger, who is the only pitcher ever to hit 2 grand slams in one game. And that may be a dinosaur, because I don't know if you follow baseball, but they may be instituting the designated hitter in both leagues next year, which means that no pitchers are going to be allowed to hit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got a couple other songs, and then we're putting together, trying to put together a summer concert series, and that's just about starting, right? Usually in January is when we start booking them, and we did about 25 shows last year. So most of them in July and August. So that's keeping me busy.
Sounds it. All right, cool.
Yeah.
So do you have anything you'd like to plug?
Well, my website, tell people about my website. You can listen to a lot of these songs, including the one that you just heard on my website, HowieNewman.com. And I've got a page about that new album that I did. And CDs are available. And if you're into funny songs, I've got a bunch of them. And I also write a lot of baseball songs. There's a page about my baseball music. And also, I have again, I don't know how many of your listeners and fans are into baseball, but
we got a couple, I know.
In 1985, I did a national campaign to get rid of the designated hitter rule, and with a bumper sticker and everything, and the bumper sticker is in the Hall of Fame in Cooperstown. So I have
Oh, cool.
I have a page on my website on that. You can go to my homepage at HowieNewman.com, and you can check that out. It's kind of amusing.
I
write up in Sports Illustrated and the New York Times, and
awesome.
So
yeah, my illustration professor at RIT, where I went to college, has done a lot of the portraits that are hanging in Cooperstown.
Oh, great.
He's one of the illustrators they hire.
Great.
So, cool dude.
Yeah.
But all right.
I like the music that I do. I like to write funny songs. I've done a few serious songs thrown in there, and like to make them really good musically also. So we've got some really good musicians on it and nice harmonies and things like that. So it's well worth checking out.
Awesome. Well, thank you for joining us. And
my pleasure.
we will hopefully hear some new stuff from you in the future.
Oh, you sure will. And thank you for helping promote funny music. We appreciate it.
Do what we can.
Making the internet absolutely ridiculous. Dementia Radio.
www.dementiaradio.org. Port 8027.
Please hang up and try again.
This is the part where there's feedback.
Feedback.
Feedback, you know that segment of the show we do about now?
Feedback. Feedback.
Feedback.
Feedback. Alvarant wrote, "My birthday is the same day as episode 600. Thanks for the hard work everyone does. We're lucky to have you." Well, happy birthday, Alvarant.
Happy birthday.
And... oops.
Draconis alert. Draconis alert. Draconis alert.
Draconis wrote, "Congratulations on reaching episode 600. May you reach 6,000 more." So I did some quick math, and if my math is correct, we will reach episode 6,000 in the year 2137. So we only have another 110 years to go, and we'll be there. What do you say, Luke? Think we can do it?
Then we will have earned another $300.
Yes, we will. All right, so as is tradition, every 100 episodes, we play a medley of clips of like the best of the past 100 episodes. So I have put together a 26-minute video of clips. It's mostly my opinion. Eclectic Lee did send in some suggestions as well. So we've got all of that. So I'm going to play that.
Is this the first time we've done one of these since we started with video?
Yes. And in fact, the first couple of clips are still audio only.
Oh, okay.
So I believe the first video episode was like 514 or something like that. It was early on in the 500s.
So that's weird because I typically don't go back and watch this on YouTube after we make it, but I'm gonna have to do that for this one just because I want to see what it all looks like.
Well, if you want to tune into Twitch really quick, you could do that too.
I'll just look at it later.
Okay.
I don't want to complicate things because I got to go off to see a Spider-Man.
All right, here are best of clips from episodes 501 through 500 through 599. So then the Friday Night Dementia track started out with a debut performance by Cornflake.
Woo! I mean, like, I consider this a concert 19 years in the making, pretty much. I mean, ever since Dementia 2001, we've been saying to her, or at least I've been saying to her, I think others have joined me, like, you need to make more songs, you need to record tour nails, you need to, perform more. You're awesome and funny and hilarious. We want more. We want Cornflake the album, and Cornflake the concert. And after all these, like the breakfast series, yes, Cornflake the flamethrower.
So Ian, tell me about Waffles.
Waffles is 6 months old now, and is tiny and adorable and a demon.
And covered in syrup.
Waffles is the new cat. He is a small orange tabby. We got him because Abby was lonely after Snowshoe passed away. And so we decided we need to get a playmate for Abby. And Abby hates Waffles. They will fight and wrestle. They will stand near each other for moments. Like, Waffles is like, oh boy, hi friend. And Abby's is like, get the fuck away from me. And we'll rear back and bite him. And then they were like, okay, so it's playtime now. And they sit there and wrestle. She never hisses at him. But when she's done wrestling and done, all right, I've had enough of this, and he won't listen, she will promptly bite him in the dick.
There's a threat.
And he doesn't seem fazed by this. I mean, he's fixed, but it doesn't matter. He's like, okay, we're still playing. No, you got bit in the dick. That means stop. I think that's a good rule of thumb for anything, by the way.
Yeah.
All right, a Baconator meal and a medium chocolate frosty.
Okay, love y'all.
Yeah.
You like that cookie for 99 cents?
No.
First one now.
Recorded live on DementiaRadio.org.
So I would always ask the host, and I still do, is there anything that you don't want me to say? And his words were, you can say everything except anal monkey fisting, because he decided to make a joke about it. So I made sure that I said anal monkey fisting like 5 times in a row. And then every time I was on a podcast after that, I would make sure I said anal monkey fisting.
Tune in next week where you'll hear Luke Ski say,
be sure to visit tvskyle.net, your guide to live casino anal monkey fisting.
But yeah, no, Ian has car problems. I like how suddenly I am Shoebox's background. That's just... It's bad when my own face disturbs me, but now it's disturbing you too. Thank you, Shoebox. I'm real glad to see you again.
And be sure to visit thefump.com for the latest funny songs. Tune in next week where you'll hear Luke Ski say,
oh, sorry. I probably should have said something there.
After that, I decided to kind of put empty panels in the rest, lay them out in the rest of the thing for every line of the thing, including inserting the thing I did as a demo in the middle.
I'm sorry, Luke. When you said line, there was like an internet buffering thing, and it stuttered, and it sounded like Professor Frank. So it was like line in the thing. So.
With the lady and the stuff.
We normally don't announce that ahead of time, but I can mention you're in it if you'd like.
I'm in it. I will be doing 10 minutes of wackiness.
Luke is doing
as will others.
10 minutes of wackiness, as will other people.
10 Minutes of Wackiness is a great EP name.
It is.
That's the name of Mike's new album, 10 Minutes of Wackiness. Even if it's longer than 10 minutes long.
In a 3-hour album.
I was just going to say 10 minutes of
wackiness.
10 minutes of wackiness.
Completely serious.
And 30 minutes of sadness.
45 seconds of ennui.
But yeah, and I'm happy, just with my segment in the showcase, the fact that I was able to figure out a way to do the set the way I wanted to do it with the equipment I already owned. It just kind of blew my mind. It's like, wait, this actually works? Holy crap! So
I don't have to spend more money. Yay!
Yeah, and then
Oops. Wait a minute.
Oops. At this point, I'm going to mime what Luke Ski's mouth looks like doing.
Yes.
He's going to move his mouth.
Luke,
No
we
noise is
can't
gonna
hear
come from
you
him.
at all.
Yeah. Time.
Luke.
Home. And if we go to and demonstrating, pointing at the pointy thing, and then putting it over there, and then that's how you make the pottery in Ghost with Patrick Swayze. Freaking 20. You've been quite a year. We can't go out to see live shows. But for a moment in time, we can play pretend with an experiment. Let's see how this goes. We're singing along on Zoom.
We're singing along on Zoom.
Like we're in a single room.
Like we're in a single room.
And as we say, certain doom.
It's nothing like certain doom.
We're singing along on Zoom.
We're
Singing along on Zoom.
Now more than ever, as we're in the new normal, says every corporation, school, government, department, and non-profit institute. In these difficult times, these challenging times, unprecedented times, we're all in this together, so unmute. Apple Shift A, unmute, yeah. We're singing along on Zoom.
We're singing along on Zoom.
Like we're in a single room.
Like we're in a single room.
And as we face certain doom.
And as we face certain doom.
We're singing along on Zoom.
We're singing along on Zoom.
It's at this time that I look around the Zoom chat and I think and I nominate a few people who are gonna do an improvised vocal guitar solo starting with Tom. Guitar solo. Okay, never mind, go to Luke. Luke. Ross Childs with your various things. Heather. Jake Dewar with an actual guitar. And your solo's over. Okay, we're clapping along on Zoom.
Along on Zoom.
Like we're in a single room.
Like we're in a single room.
Really out of time. And as we face certain doom.
And as we face certain doom.
We're singing along on Zoom.
We're singing along on Zoom.
Okay, big finish. We're singing along on... Stop. Ooh, very good. Thank you all for joining.
All right.
And I wanted to mention though, there's for a while, me and Stephanie were buying and getting a karaoke CDs because we were trying to build up a karaoke collection. And there's a company called Sweet Georgia Brown who puts out like the cheapest karaoke CDs ever, and they put out it's like it dawned on them like, oh, we got all these songs that Weird Al has parodied. Why don't we just relicense them and put out a Weird Al version? All we have to do is change the words. So on that cheap album, oh my god, it was so cheap. On their version of the Saga Begins, they spelled Obi-Wan Obi-I space Juan.
Obi-Wan.
Yeah. So Los Casos Locos. Anyway,
all right. So tell us about 27 Hoes.
Well, I was just counting, how many hoes I have, and I was just like, I could write a song about the hoes that I was thinking Mambo number 5, and I was like, here's all the hoes I have, and then I started going that way with it. I get like partway through the track, and I'm like, you know what? I should put a little bit of something about the meaning of life in this song about my 27 hoes.
Okay, so let's give it a listen, and then you can finish talking about it after we hear it.
The reason I bought the ukulele is honestly for if I ever have the chance to do like some jingle work or like music beds for commercials or jingles. I mean, payroll can be a real hassle. Ding, 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 ding. Bells. Ding, 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 ding. At soandso.com. Ding, 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 ding. Moderate to severe Crohn's disease. Ding, 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 ding.
Dude, that should just be your voice reel.
Chris Mezzolesta, Financial Corps and Union. Ding, 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 ding. Thank you. Tune in next week where you'll hear Luke Ski say,
and the man said, friend, what did the president look like? And I said, well, kind of like a big orange.
He did.
And I don't know what all.
Buddy, have a drink.
Holy crap, I think I killed Devo.
Holy shit, dude, that was awesome.
Devo's dying. Mom!
Well, and Lee Seitz, make note of this for like the next big FuMPCast special, the thrilling moment when I was checking my mail.
So I am I made a bunch of changes at the website. However, and I even bought bought and registered the URL for MarsConComedy.com, so that'll be the updated website. But Sarah helped me get all that stuff set up back in the day, and for some reason, it wouldn't. I'm an admin, she's an admin, but it wouldn't let me do the things I needed to get done. It was basically saying Sarah had to do them, and I couldn't understand why, because it's like we both have the power. Why does just and Sarah, of course, is super busy. She's been traveling and stuff, so I dropped her an email and said, like, hey, can you do a thing for me? And she said, yes, she will when she has the time. So for the immediate moment, the website is still MarsConDimension.com. At some point in the not too distant future, it'll get changed over to MarsConComedy.com. And obviously, we'll probably still have MarsConDimension.com redirect to MarsConComedy.com anyway.
Yeah, that's the way to do it.
So that's what's going on with all of that. So.
All right. And on that note, hey, it's somehow you just made me reach my exercise goals on my watch. Thanks, Luke. I don't know.
Well, listening to me is exhausting. Luke started talking about Transformers. I must have burned like 5,000 calories. Jesus Christ.
All right, very nice.
my new favorite song. Masterpiece. I love it.
Yeah, this is what this might be my favorite Art Paul song. So,
So okay, the way that the FuMP works with the submitting of songs is folks like you submit them, and then we there's a kind of a queue that we have for the people who are in the core membership of the FuMP to listen to the songs and then kind of vote on them with kind of a grade point average system and see what we think. And then once a certain number of votes goes through with a certain average of blah, blah, blah within 2 weeks, then it's like, okay, this gets approved. So, Art posts songs fairly regularly. And, I try to keep on top of posting these things or voting on the things, regularly. And I don't know if, what I was doing, if I was just busy that week or whatever, but I thoroughly missed this one.
Oh, really?
And it just, yeah, so this got approved without me having known about it at all. And then I just, when you said last week, it's like Art Paul Schlarson, I'm like, wait, Art Paul? Wait, what song was this? And I went back and I looked at the video and I'm like, this is amazing. And how did I miss this?
Wow.
So, yeah.
Cool. So is there anything else you guys want to talk about or anything you want to plug?
Oh, so much. I was really hard and I took off the comedy hat for a project called Gasoline Invertebrate, where I try to sound like a tough guy. I know this is not the venue to plug the serious stuff, but it does speak to maybe something of an instinct you guys have, where it's just like I keep on wanting to throw in dick jokes in these lyrics, and I can't do it on this side project.
Hey, nothing's stopping you. There's no law.
There's no law. There's no law. There's no law. It was just let's really just try to do it once, and it was like I know this rhymes with cock, and I'm just not gonna do it. But it's out. Check out gasolineinvertebrate.com.
I think it's the fact that she likes waffles. She and I have waffles for breakfast, not the cat food. We have waffles for breakfast most weekends, actually. So, it's a thing that we share. We like waffles a lot and thought, why not name him Waffles? Because he's orange like a waffle and tends to be flat like a waffle.
And if he joins you for breakfast, then you are, in a sense, having waffles for breakfast. He is a guest there.
Yes, we have a song, Waffles the Cat. Waffles the Cat. He is a waffle, but he is not flat. But he tends to flatten out sometimes. He sploots himself.
He looks so thrilled when you were doing
He's
that.
so tired. He's a sleepy boy. But here's the thing. Waffles is a bag of dicks. And wakes up at 5 a.m. And so he bothers us for food. That's a claw in my nipple. He wakes us up for food. I'm laughing because I can see you guys laughing. He wakes us up for food at 5 a.m. and then sleeps through the rest of the day. So we pick him up and we wake him up in the morning, in the evening when he's trying to sleep, so that it's only fair.
Yes.
Do you know there's a song from 1930 called "My Girl's Pussy"? Have you heard of this song?
Yes. R. Crumb, right?
I don't think that anybody's done this yet, and I've been thinking about doing it, but I probably will never. But it's like, what's the first like? She's a certified freak. Da, 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 da. Make the pussy pull out game week. It's my girl, wet ass pussy. Da, 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 it's wet ass pussy. I've wanted to do that, but
see the unfortunately the audience for that song is on the podcast right now, so I don't think.
Oh no, I know one sax player in New Zealand who will absolutely dig that about it. However, I think it's a good deal of fun, and I'm going to perform it live here, and then not do it again. Because the world has enough parodies of wet ass pussy.
Right.
But they don't
We've got at least 2 at our website.
Yep.
They don't have this exact mashup where 1930 meets 2020. It's a certified freak. It purrs 7 days a week. Make that pull-out game so weak. It's wet as pussy. Beat it up and catch a charge. Extra large and extra hard. Swipe your nose like a credit card. It's wet as pussy. Gobble me and swallow me. Give you everything you got. Drip right down the side of me. Bring a bucket and a mop. Hop on top, I want to ride. I do a kegel while it's inside. This pussy's wet, come take a dive. It's wet as pussy. Oh, shit. No, I can't do that. I don't cook and I don't clean. Out in public, make a scene. Make it cream and make me scream. It's wet as pussy. Pussy A1 just like his credit. He has a beard, I'm trying to wet it. When I'm so sweet, he's diabetic. Wet as pussy. I don't want a garden snake, I need a cobra extra large. Park your Big Mac truck inside this little garage. Get a bucket and a mop. I am talking what wop wop. Like macaroni in a pot is my girl's wet ass pussy.
Yeah!
Woo! Yes! Woo! And that's why he's the guest of honor, boy!
Psycho Stick isn't officially part of the FuMP yet, are they?
No, they've never posted.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if they've... I'm pretty sure I've told them about it. We've talked about getting them to FuMPFest. I fear they may be loud. But yeah, no. And they actually just resumed their online streaming concert series this afternoon, so I got to watch that.
So this incredibly popular on the internet comedy band that you've known personally for a while is a group of people you have yet to tell about the FuMP.com.
I'm pretty sure I've told them about it.
Man, when you say that you're bad at promoting, Jesus.
Yeah. Oh, look, another earworm by TV's Kyle. What a surprise.
You think that's bad? Try working on it.
Oh, yeah, how many times did you have to hear that chorus?
Sarah yelled at me.
And I helped.
And also during the Festival of Dementia, I had made announcements during the weekend because somebody had approached me and he's like, I'm kind of new to all of this, but I'm loving what you guys do at the FuMP. I've been, I'm enjoying it from afar. I'm a big Dr. Demento show fan. I have my own podcast called The Dictionary. My name is Spencer. If anybody wants to be on the podcast, just if you come up to me and say you want to be on it. And I was like, I'll make an announcement about that. And he's like, wow, okay, thanks. Apparently during the Festival of Dementia, Dr. Demento starts playing this fan-made video for Bulbous Bouffant. And come to find out, it was Spencer's.
Oh, is he the one who shouted out, hey, that's mine?
Yes, the guy who shouted out, hey, that's mine. That was Spencer. So that was Spencer's video. He didn't even know Dr. D was using it during the Festival of Dementia.
That's cool.
And Dr. D has been playing that video for a couple of years now. So that video is one that Spencer himself worked on. So the guy who made the video was at FuMPFest, and so I know he talked to Dr. D about stuff, and he's like, the video is not finished, but it's still in a state where you can watch and enjoy it and stuff. So
it's like, that's what I say. Hey, once Dr. D has played it, it's finished.
It's pretty much
you're
done.
done. You are not George Lucas. You're not adding a bunch of other creatures walking around in the background.
We're not getting a special edition of Bulbous Bouffant with a do-back in the background for no reason.
Do-back.
Sebulba. Carabast.
Lobot.
There's a whole other bit. Stop it.
No, that'll be a Cirque du Soleil parody.
Yes.
I have the ultimate weird gigster though. We used to play at the Grove. Luke, you ever been to the Grove in L.A.?
Yeah.
Well, we used to play there all the time. We used to play there like a couple times a month. And there was this person, and he was a extremely wealthy Saudi prince with Down syndrome who loved Elvis. And he would come, and he would have all these bodyguards. And we knew when we saw the bodyguards, he was here. Anyway, they hired us to play his birthday party. So we played this kid's birthday party, and it's at this massive mansion in Beverly Hills. And again, it was these three. He had Down syndrome, he was a rich Saudi prince, and he loved Elvis. So he donned this Elvis costume, and we played all these Elvis songs. He just did this small concert in front of his relatives. And there was one song where we all stopped, like, I'm in love. And then he goes, I'm all shook up. And he was so off that we all came in differently. We all had a different idea where one was. I'm all shook up, ding, 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 ding. And then the funniest thing was, and I'm saying this not to make fun of him, but this is how he sounded. He told the following joke. He goes, who's a better entertainer, me or Michael Jackson? Me, because I'm alive.
Oh, jeez.
That was his joke.
Solid joke.
It's like, oh, God. Yeah, that's what we all said. Ouch. Anyway.
That sounds like the setup for like an improv show scene. It's like, okay, so he has Down syndrome, there's a Saudi prince, and he loves Elvis. Okay, scene.
Yeah. Yeah. It's all true.
And there you have it, folks. Highlight clips from the last 100 episodes.
Man, I gotta say that was a questionable nonstop voyage. People Spice.
It was indeed, wasn't it?
Yeah, I gotta go back and watch the video version of that.
It was fun.
I totally forgot about the time I almost killed you with an Andy Griffith impression.
The big orange. I forgot about that too until I was editing the clips, and I was like, "Oh my god, yes!" Oh, that was the best.
It also occurred to me the time period of those clips start before COVID.
Yes, they do. Yes.
Ah, yes, the before times.
The long, long ago.
Yeah. Anyway, we should probably wrap up the show because I got to go see a Spider-Man.
Yep.
Teasing. He's a teasing kind of guy. And I have a joke.
Yeah.
Tomorrow's song is by Drew Jacobs.
Yeah.
And Tuesday's song is by a new artist.
Whoa.
And this week's Spotify playlist topic is Christmas. We're still doing Christmas, folks. It's still coming. Christmas is still coming.
Well, congratulations to you, Mr. Devo Spice, on 600 episodes, and thank you so much for all your hard work and all
you
the
too, sir.
and all the things that you do.
Thank you for doing this with me, because otherwise I'd have to do it myself, and that's not nearly as much fun. There's a masturbation joke in there somewhere. I'm not sure where to go with it. So
your new company, Fine, I'll Do It with Luke Ski.
Right.
Also the name of your sex tape.
Right. There you go. All right, let's get out of here. Thank you for listening to the Funny Music Podcast. I'm Devo Spice.
I'm Luke Ski.
And fine, I'll do it with Luke Ski.
And Drew Jacobs next week.
Thank you for listening to the Funny Music Podcast. You can listen live every Thursday night at 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 Pacific at DementiaRadio.org and join us in the chat. Or subscribe to the podcast feed. Look us up on iTunes and be sure to leave us a review. Feedback for the show can be sent to info@thefump.com. The Funny Music Podcast is a production of FIDEM Interactive, LLC, released under a Creative Commons share-alike license. Tell your friends, tell your enemies, shout it to random people on the street, and be sure to visit thefump.com for the latest funny songs. Tune in next week where you'll hear Luke Ski say,
"Oh, the bear ate the bees and the bees went ah!" Wait, the bees didn't go ah. Start again.